வியூவர்ஸ், என்னோட வீடியோஸ் பிடிச்சிருந்தால் லைக் பண்ணுங்கள். இது வரைக்கும் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணாதவங்க சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். ரைட் சைடில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பெல் பட்டனை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்கள். நீங்கள் கொடுக்குற ஒவ்வொரு லைக்ஸும் நான் நிறைய வீடியோஸ் அப்லோட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு மோட்டிவேட்டாக இருக்குது. ஸோ லைக், ஷேர், சப்ஸ்கிரைப் அண்ட் கமெண்ட் மை வீடியோ. குட் மார்னிங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்.
Good morning, teacher.
All are present today?
No, teacher. Shruti is absent today.
Why is she absent today?
Teacher, yesterday while returning home, she was struck by a big branch of tree due to heavy rain and got injured.
Oh my God, what a pity. Students, you all must be very careful while moving around to avoid the problems from hazards.
Teacher, what do you mean by hazards? You mean the Belgium football player Hazard?
No. It is an event which can affect the living and non-living things of Earth. I think today is the right day to get into the interesting chapter hazards. Unit 5 Hazards. Let us start with the learning objectives. To know the meanings of hazard, disaster and catastrophe. To describe the major types of hazards, their causes and effects. To develop awareness regarding hazards and related prevention measures. Introduction. In the beginning of 21st century, the earth supported a human population that was healthier and wealthier than ever before. At the same time, there were a lack of awareness on the risk that faced by the people. So in early days, the human population were healthier and wealthier, but they lacked awareness on the risk faced by them. By keeping this in mind, the present lesson of hazards is intended to familiarize the different types of hazards to promote awareness among students regarding hazards. What are hazards? Hazards are defined as a thing, person, event or factor that poses a threat to people, structures or economic assets which may cause a disaster. In simple terms, hazard means danger. See the example difference between hazard and a risk. At first, hazard was a game of chance played with dice. The English word comes from medieval French in which the game was called hazard. Now, chance or venture and risk or peril are the meanings of hazard. The verb hazard emerged in the 16th century. Hazard could be either human-made or natural, occurring in the environment. Hazard means danger. A natural hazard is a natural process and event that is a potential threat to human life and property. Because of human use of land, the process and event become a hazard. Disaster, பேரழிவு. It is a hazardous event that occurs over a limited time span in a defined area and causes great damage to life and property. Catastrophe, huge disaster. It is a massive disaster that requires significant expenditure of money and a long time for recovery. Types of hazards. Some hazards occur frequently and threat the people. Hazards are classified into two types. Number 1, based on their causes of occurrence. Number 2, based on their origin. Based on the cause of occurrence, the hazards can be broadly classified into three types. Number 1, natural hazards, human-made hazards, socio-natural hazards. Based on the origin, the hazards can be grouped into 8 categories. They are atmospheric hazard, geologic hazard, hydrologic hazard, volcanic hazard, environmental hazard, biological hazard, technological hazard, and human-induced hazard. Now let us see the hazards based on their causes of occurrence. Number 1, natural hazards. These are caused by the natural processes and man has no role in it. The examples of natural hazards are earthquakes, நில அதிர்வு, floods, வெள்ளப்பெருக்கு, cyclonic storms, சூறாவளி புயல், droughts, வறட்சி, landslides, நிலச்சரிவு, tsunamis, பேரலை, and volcanic eruptions, எரிமலை. Second one is human-made hazard. These are caused by the undesirable activities of human. It can be the result of an accident such as an industrial chemical leak or oil spill, or an intentional act. Intention means knowingly, தெரிந்தே செய்வது. Such hazards can disturb the safety, health, welfare of people and cause damage or destruction to property. Examples of human-made hazards are explosion, hazardous waste, pollution of air, water and land, dam failures, wars or civil conflicts and terrorism. Third one, socio-natural hazards. These are caused by the combined effect of natural forces and misdeeds of human. Examples of socio-natural hazards. Number 1. The frequency and intensity of floods and droughts may increase due to indiscriminate felling of trees, particularly in the catchment areas of the rivers. Catchment area means area of land bounded by watershed, நீர்பிடிப்பு பகுதி. Number 2. Landslides, நிலச்சரிவு. These are caused by the natural forces and their frequency and impact may be aggravated, means leads to a bad situation as a result of construction of roads, houses in mountainous areas, excavating tunnels and by mining, சுரங்கம் and quarrying. Storm surge, புயல் எழுச்சி, that is rising of sea water as a result of wind. Storm surge hazards may be worsened by the destruction of mangroves. Mangroves அப்படினா சதுப்பு நிலங்கள். The mangroves can reduce the storm surge water levels by slowing the flow of water and reduce the surface waves. The mangroves are effective at reducing the water levels of fast moving surges. Then smoke, புகை மூட்டம். Smoke is a serious problem in most big urban areas. The emission from vehicles and industries, that is வாகன புகை மற்றும் தொழிற்சாலை புகை. Combustion of wood and coal together combined with fog, fog means மூடு பனி, leads to smoke. Let us see the hazards based on the origin. Hazards can be grouped into 8 categories. Number 1. Atmospheric hazard, valimandalam, that is tropical storms, thunderstorms, lightning, மின்னல், tornadoes, சூறாவளி, avalanches, பனிச்சரிவு, heat waves, வெப்ப அலைகள், fog, மூடுபனி, and forest fire, காட்டுத்தீ. Second one, geologic or seismic hazard with reference to the earth's surface. They are earthquakes, நில அதிர்வு, tsunami, பேரலைகள், landslide, நிலச்சரிவு, and land subsidence. Land subsidence means sudden sinking of earth's surface. Number 3, hydrological, that is water. What are they? Floods, வெள்ளப்பெருக்கு, droughts, வறட்சி, coastal erosion, கடலோர அரிப்பு, and storm surge, புயல் எழுச்சி, that is rising of sea water as a result of wind. Fourth one, volcanic hazard, எரிமலை வெடிப்பு, eruptions and lava flows. Fifth one, environmental hazards, that is pollution of soil, air, water, desertification, பாலைவனமாகுதல், global warming, புவி வெப்பமடைதல், rapid increase in earth's average surface temperature, and deforestation, that is cutting of trees. Sixth one, biological hazards, chickenpox, smallpox, AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, HIV, and killer bees. Seventh one, technological hazards, that is hazardous material incidents, fires, infrastructure failures with reference to bridges, tunnels, dams, nuclear and radiological accidents. Number 8, human induced hazards like terrorism, bomb blast, war, transportation accidents and civil disorder. Now let us get into the topic major hazards in India. 1. Earthquake, நில அதிர்வு. Earthquake is a violent tremor, that is shaking in the earth's crust, sending out a series of shock waves in all directions from its place of origin. Earthquake prone regions of the country have been identified on the basis of scientific inputs relating to seismicity, earthquake occurred in past and tectonic setup of the region. Based on these inputs, Bureau of Indian Standards has grouped the country into 4 seismic zones: Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4 and Zone 5. No area of India is classified as Zone 1. Let us see the earthquake prone zones of India. See the map as well as the tabular column. Zone 5, very high risk. The regions comprising northeastern India, parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Rann of Kutch in Gujarat, part of North Bihar and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Zone 4, high risk. The regions are remaining parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Delhi, Sikkim, northern parts of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal, parts of Gujarat and small portions of Maharashtra near the west coast and Rajasthan. Zone 3, moderate, that is medium risk. The regions are Kerala, Goa, Lakshadweep Islands, remaining parts of Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat and West Bengal, parts of Punjab, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Zone 2, very low risk, covers the remaining parts of the country. What do we use to measure earthquakes? An instrument that measures vibration in the ground and records the location and strength of an earthquake is seismograph. Second one, floods. வெள்ளப்பெருக்கு. Flood is an event in which a part of the earth's surface get inundated. Inundated means overflow of water. Heavy rainfall and large waves in seas are the common causes of flood. The major causes of floods are grouped into three categories. Number 1, meteorological factors such as heavy rainfall, tropical cyclones, cloud burst. Number 2, physical factors such as large catchment area. Catchment area means நீர்பிடிப்பு பகுதி. Inadequate drainage arrangement. Third, human factors such as deforestation, siltation. Siltation is the process of blocking something with sand or soil. Then faulty agricultural and irrigational practices, collapse of dams, accelerated urbanization, increase in the number of cities and towns. Look at the map that shows the major flood prone areas of India. Gangetic plains covering the states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, North Bihar, West Bengal and Brahmaputra Valley are the major flood prone areas in north and northeast India. Similarly, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and southern Gujarat are the other regions which are often flood prone areas. Third one, cyclonic storms, Suravali Puyal. A cyclonic storm is a strong wind circulating around a low pressure area in the atmosphere. It rotates in anti-clockwise direction in northern hemisphere and clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. Characteristics of cyclonic storms. Tropical cyclones are characterized by destructive winds, storm surge, Puyal Elichi, and exceptional levels of rainfall which may cause flooding. Wind speed may reach up to 200 km per hour and rainfall may record up to 50 cm per day for several consecutive days. Look at the map. Cyclone prone areas of India. East coastal areas vulnerable, that is affected to storm surge. North Odisha and West Bengal coast. Andhra Pradesh coast between Ongole and Machilipattinam. Tamil Nadu coast. Among the coastal districts, Nagapattinam and Kadalur districts are frequently affected. West coastal areas vulnerable to storm surge. The west coast of India is less vulnerable to storm surge than the east coast. Maharashtra coast, north of Arnay and adjoining south Gujarat coast and the coast belt around the Gulf of Cambay, the coastal belt around the Gulf of Kutch. Do you know how many coastal districts are there in Tamil Nadu? As on October 2020, there are 14 coastal districts in Tamil Nadu. Fourth one, droughts, Varachi. Any lack of water to satisfy the normal needs of agriculture, livestock, kalnadigal, industry or human population may be termed as a drought, that is scarcity of water. Droughts can be classified into three types. Number 1, meteorological drought. It is a situation where there is a reduction in rainfall for a specific period below a specific level. Second one, hydrological drought. It is associated with reduction of water in streams. Streams means நீரோடைகள், rivers and reservoirs. Reservoirs place to store water, நீர் தேக்கம். It is of two types, surface water drought and groundwater drought. Third one, agricultural drought. It refers to the condition in which the agricultural crops get affected due to lack of rainfall. Let us see the general information. Monsoon in India. India actually has two monsoons, the southwest monsoon and the northeast monsoon. Southwest monsoon period is the principal rainy season for the Indian subcontinent. This is the summer monsoon period where the southwest monsoon holds away over the country. The whole country receives nearly 75% of its rainfall during this period. Droughts in India occur in the event of failure of monsoon. Monsoon means Parvamali. Generally, monsoon rainfall is uneven in India. Some areas receive heavy rainfall while other regions get moderate to low rainfall. The areas which experience low to very low rainfall are affected by drought. Look at the map, drought prone areas. The arid and semi-arid region, Varanda Pagadi, from Ahmedabad to Kanpur on one side and from Kanpur to Jalandhar on the other. The dry region lying in the leeward side of the Western Ghats. About 1/3 area of the country is affected by drought. It severely affects 16% of land area and 12% of total population of India. The areas that receive an annual rainfall of less than 60 cm are the drought prone regions of India. Fifth one, landslides, நிலச்சரிவு. Landslide is a rapid downward movement of rock, soil and vegetation down the slope under the influence of gravity. Landslides are generally sudden and infrequent. Presence of steep slope செங்குத்தானது and heavy rainfall are the major causes of landslides. Weak ground structure, deforestation, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, mining, construction of roads and railways over the mountains are the other causes of landslides. About 15% of India's landmass is prone to landslide hazard. Landslides are very common along the steep slopes of Himalayas, the Western Ghats and along the river valleys. In Tamil Nadu, Kodaikanal, it is in Dindigul district, and Ooty in the Nilgiris district are frequently affected by landslides. Sixth one, tsunami. Tsunami refers to huge ocean waves caused by an earthquake, landslide or volcanic eruption. It is generally noticed in the coastal regions, கடலோர பகுதிகள், and travel between 640 and 960 km per hour. Tsunami poses serious danger to the inhabitants of the coastal areas. The word tsunami is derived from Japanese word su meaning harbor and nami meaning wave, harbor wave. Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004. On December 26, 2004 at 7:59 am local time, an undersea earthquake with a magnitude of 9.1 struck off the coast of Indonesian island of Sumatra. The tsunami killed at least 225,000 people across a dozen countries with Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Thailand, Somalia and Maldives sustaining a massive damage. Look at the image, December 26, 2004 tsunami. Seventh one, hazardous waste. The waste that may or tend to cause adverse health effects on the ecosystem and human beings are called hazardous waste. The following are the major hazardous waste. First one, radioactivity substance, that is tools and unused fuel pipe of nuclear power plants. Second, chemicals, synthetic organics, inorganic metals, salts, acids and base and flammables and explosives. Third, medical waste, hypodermic needles, bandages and outdated drugs. Fourth, flammable waste, organic solvents, oils, plasticizer, that is a substance added to synthetic resin to produce flexibility, and organic sludge, karima kasadu. Fifth one, explosive, the waste resulting from ordnance manufacturing, that is artillery and guns and some industrial gases. Sixth one, household hazardous waste, pesticides, waste oil, automobile battery and household battery. Do you know Chernobyl nuclear disaster site to become an official tourist spot? Before Chernobyl Soviet Union nuclear accident was happened on 26 April 1986. The radiation emitted was more than 400 times than that released by the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, Japan in 1945. This accident remains the largest nuclear accident in history. More than 350,000 people were evacuated from the area, removed from the area, and severe restrictions on permanent human settlement are still in that place. Now, 33 years after the accident, the exclusion zone, which covers an area now in Ukraine and Belarus, is inhabited by numerous animals and more than 200 bird species. In 2016, the Ukraine part of this zone was declared as a radiological and environmental biosphere reserve by the government. Eighth one, pollution of air. What is air? Air is a mixture of several gases. The main gases are nitrogen, 78.09% for forming products such as fertilizer for plants and for making the air inert. Oxygen 20.95% for breathing and carbon dioxide 0.03% for photosynthesis. Some other gases like argon, neon, helium, krypton, hydrogen, ozone, xenon and methane are also present. Besides, water vapor and dust particles make their presence felt in one way or the other. Air pollution. Air pollution is the contamination of indoor or outdoor air by a range of gases and solids that modify its natural characteristics and percentage. Air pollutants can be categorized into primary and secondary pollutants. A primary pollutant is an air pollutant emitted directly from a source. A secondary pollutant is not directly emitted as such, but forms when other pollutants, that is primary pollutants, react in the atmosphere. Primary pollutants are oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of carbon, particulate matter, other primary pollutants. And the secondary pollutants are ground level ozone, smog. Ninth one, pollution of water. Water pollution may be defined as alteration in the physical, chemical and biological characteristics of water which may cause harmful effects in human and aquatic life. In India, water pollution has been taking place on a large scale and since a long period. Both surface and groundwater bodies are polluted to a great extent. The major causes of water pollution in India are urbanization, industrial effluent, that is industrial discharge, sewages, agricultural runoff and improper agricultural practices, seawater intrusions and solid waste. Need for prevention measures. Prevention is defined as the activities taken to prevent a natural calamity or potential hazard from having harmful effects on either people or economic assets. Prevention planning consists of hazard identification and vulnerability assessment. Delayed actions may increase the economic losses. For developing countries like India, prevention is perhaps the most critical component in managing disasters. Do you agree? Nature is emerging as a new weapon of mass destruction? As per Indian Meteorological Department, around 22,000 people had died in India in 10 years until 2017 due to major environmental disasters. In the past 2 decades, 1998 to 2017, over 5 lakh people had died due to extreme weather events around the world. It was stated by Global Climate Risk Index report published by German Watch, that is a German-based non-profit organization. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel for more videos. It will be useful for your competitive exam.